So, hello, everybody. This is our end of year ease activation. And it is really, um, my intention is for it to be an activation. So, I'm really glad that you're all here and wanted to just kind of name the space for today. It's not about like reviewing the year and fixing yourself and settling or setting better intentions or settling. It's not that. It's about releasing the places that we're still bracing, the places that we're still constricted, the places that we're still trying to hold things together and still subtly or not so subtly pushing. And for those of you who know me well, you may know that I often offer what I need. And last week, I'm like, I still have this, like, there's a thing here. And recently, I was facilitating a retreat, and some of the women on the retreat were facilitating a sound bowl healing, Reiki healing. Thank you, Jesse, and others. And I just felt my whole being relax so much more deeply. And then just this morning, I was on one of my global calls and we just did a lineup. And I'm like, I could just feel this softening. So, what I'm aware of is for me, but also for so many people I talk to, there's this deep, and maybe not for everybody, but this deep kind of our souls are still tired. We're still like, oh, can we get through this? And whatever that is, we have a lot of weird stuff going on in the United States. I understand there's some weird stuff in the UK. Australia's had some horrific events. There's just the world is just not an easy place to be in right now. Yet what we know is that the more that we can find ease in our body, the more that we can find coherence in our body, mind, heart, soul, spirit, then we can navigate life so much easier. So it's not about efforting, because if it was about efforting, we'd all be where we want to be already, right? So we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to create space for ease, not as a reward, but as a gateway, as a portal, because ease isn't what comes after transformation, it's what allows transformation. So a few years back, actually 10 and a half now, I wrote a book called Falling into Ease, Release Your Struggle and Create a Life You Love. And it keeps coming back up again. This theme of ease, because it's so deeply impactful in every area of our lives. So nothing is required of you today. Don't need to figure out anything. You just have to arrive and let your body catch up with your life. So just allow yourself to be supported, even if that feels, a little unusual. Some of you, it feels very comfortable and familiar. So take a breath and another breath and another breath. And when I say take a breath, I often mean exhale, because that's the place some of us forget to do fully. And every time you exhale, feel that exhale releasing any places that you may be stressed, releasing any places that might be contracted. Because the truth is, even when things are going really well and life is good, we are still, as a humanity, as a society, holding tension in a way that we never have before. And so that's that we want to activate that ease, not by making anything go away, but by finding that within ourselves and breathing into that. So again, this isn't about fixing anything. It's about loosening our grip on what has been costing us energy. focus in the beginning here on our breath. So many of us end our year or live our life holding our breath. So again, that exhale is so important. I've been teaching some level of breathing techniques or technology since the 90s. I started to do the math recently, and it doesn't make sense in my brain. But that exhale, even if all you get from today is that your exhale can be an indicator, a trigger, a tool of release. The other thing that's really super easy is to just open your hands. Just open your hands, especially if you have any hand tightness like some of us in my room have now. Just open the hands, just stretch the fingers, stretch the wrist, and just feel how that's creating a spaciousness. And our infamous drop your shoulders. I did some work a few years back, quite a few years back, about dropping my shoulders, about relaxing. It's probably about the time I wrote that book because I wrote that book not because everything actually was falling into ease, but because it was in the process of not that, right? But for a couple of years, I would drop my shoulders. I would feel so straight in my body. My shoulders would feel so low. And then it would be like 3 seconds later, I'm like, oh, I can drop my shoulders. Oh, drop your shoulders. Oh, drop your shoulders. Like it was like a continual all day long drop your shoulders. I didn't even know they were rising, right? I didn't even know they were lifting. I didn't even know the tension I was carrying at the time. So just those simple things, right? Um, one of the things that happens in life is we begin to brace, right? Just feel that we brace for what might come. We brace for the family gathering. We brace for the crowds. We brace for the news. We brace ourselves. But that actually holds us in contraction and it keeps our old patterns in place. So, again, in finding ease, we want to create a spaciousness. And to create a spaciousness, you have to quit bracing or resisting. So just feel that. Feel how we brace and then relax, right? Brace and relax. So when we find ease or we fall into ease, it's not complacency, right? It's not surrender. It can be surrender. I'm going to talk about surrender another day, but ease is about finding that coherence within ourselves. HeartMath teaches the head and heart coherence. And then Joe Dispenza took off from that, and Greg Braden took off from that. There's all kinds of work on the head heart coherence. But the reason that the head heart coherence is so important is that it creates space in our biological, physiological systems. It creates space in our mental bodies, our minds. It creates space in the emotional body. It creates space that then we can come into alignment with ourselves, really. We become available in a different way. And in that availability, we become receptive. Receptive to what? Good or love or light or ease or grace or love or kindness or compassion, right? All of the things that we want, all of the things that we practice from that place of coherence, from that place of spaciousness, from that place of ease, all of that is much more easily accessible. So ease doesn't come after transformation. It's what allows transformation. So when we're waiting for ease, we're waiting. When we're activating ease, we're consciously moving into a new state of being, a new state of experience and expansion, of Expansive Empowered Living. For those of you who know what that is, Expansive Empowered Living is a course that I offer periodically, but it comes from that place of ease. So we're going to take a few minutes to do an ease activation. So take a breath. Notice how you felt coming onto this call. Notice what's going on in your mind, your heart, your emotions, your world, your body, your physicality, and just make a notice of that. And then we'll take 3 really deep breaths with the intention of releasing on the exhale. Dropping your shoulders on the exhale. Opening your hands on the exhale. Bringing your awareness from your mental body to your breath on the exhale. Letting yourself arrive here in this moment, present in this moment. Anything else that's been on your mind or on your heart, set it aside for the moment. And with our intention of activating ease, we're going to peel some things off of our being. So imagine that you as a being are standing and you carry all these layers of things. And we're just going to begin to peel them off in order to find that ease. So peel off the first layer. It's almost like peeling off blankets or layers of clothing, maybe. So we peel off right now any identity or role or title that we hold on to. That can be minister or facilitator or mother or daughter or sister or aunt. It can be the title of the role that you carry in your work. It can be any role that you carry in any way through your life. And as we release the titles of the roles, we begin to release and peel off any identities that we may carry, the ways that we identify ourselves. Those can be some of the labels or the beliefs that we think form us. Well, I'm always or I never. How do you identify yourself? Let's just let those go. Releasing constructs about who we think we are. And now we peel off disappointments. Any disappointment we've had today, this week, this month, this year. Just allow those disappointments to be peeled off. You might want to look at those later, but not now. We're just going to let them go for now. Peel them off. Disappointment in yourself, disappointment in the world, disappointment in our world leaders, disappointment in the weather or the stock market or your partner or your kids or your parents or your work. You can name some of those as you peel them off, or you can just peel the idea of releasing disappointment. And then peel off any layers of unfinished loops, any unfinished business, any loop that you find yourself in, any pattern that you're ready to release. And as we keep peeling off, feel your body soften. Feel your mind soften. Feel your emotional body soften. Drop your shoulders a little more, open your chest a little further, relax your hands a little more deeply. And begin to notice, begin to sense what becomes available when nothing is being pushed or pulled or resisted. Notice the spaciousness in your breath. Notice the spaciousness through your body. Maybe it shows up around your organs or around your joints or through your ligaments or muscles. Notice the space you take up in your room. And how the spaciousness in your body actually softens the space around you. And we anchor this spaciousness of ease with conscious breath. Feel how the breath moves. Begin to anchor in this spaciousness with a word or a sense, a felt sense, a quality. Name it. Notice what you notice. Perhaps it's becoming stiller, quieter, maybe more centered or more grounded, anchored. It's right here that the magic begins, that the ease can expand. So take 3 more breaths, noticing what you noticed. And then in this expanded spaciousness of ease, we'll open our eyes. And still holding this spaciousness of ease in our activation, I'd love to hear a few words from anyone who's willing to share. Can you name what shifted, or can you name what you're experiencing right now? How was that? How is that? And we're not done yet, but want to put some name on it.
I felt open and receptive.
Mm, beautiful. Thank you.
For me, it's very calm, centered, and peaceful. Still,
Beautiful.
very still.
Thank you, Josie.
Open.
Say it again, Mo.
And
Mm, beautiful. How about for you, Pam or Jen? Looks like Pam's trying to. There you go.
I'm on a new computer, so I was, well, this is very intriguing. Once I took everything off, deeply fatigued,
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
how tired I really am, and I've been covering it up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not in a bad way, not, it's just that there's a lot that the body is holding and doing at this time.
Yeah.
Energetic, all the things. It could go on for hours. Anyway, yeah, so but that's good to really finally just feel that, acknowledge it,
Yeah.
that it's very truly there,
Yeah.
not made up, not trying to push it, which, you know, not resisting it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's like nothing has to change to find that ease, but like you say, it reveals a lot, doesn't it? And then Jen said, wonderful. Her sinuses are clearing. That's good. How about Doriana? Do you have anything to add? We'll see if she can unmute. She said she couldn't be off camera, so maybe she can't unmute either. So, so closing your eyes and coming back into that ease space, just really coming right back to where we are. What effort are you willing to stop carrying? Kind of goes with what Pam said, right? But what effort, just ask yourself, ask your heart, ask your soul, what effort am I willing, am I ready to stop carrying? And what becomes possible when I don't force the next step? What could become possible if I quit forcing the next step? Sit with that for a moment. Play it out. Mm. And if you release an effort that you've been carrying, if you don't force the next step, what do you notice? Well, let's take a breath and open our eyes again. Keeping that ease, we don't have to lose that spaciousness of ease. Oh, Doriana put in the chat, love it. So on point for today's evolution. I chose easy world where everything is easy, letting it all go. Yeah. Yeah. It's so contrary to the evidence that we can see if we focus on that evidence, right? But it's also so possible. And it's really what my work in the world is about, guiding people to live inside this ease, not just touching it, but becoming it, living it. And yeah. So take a moment to notice what's different, in a little 20-minute activation. Not what you understand, but what do you feel? Like what's different? What effort may be softening? What are you holding on to less tightly? It's important to
For me,
name. Yeah, go ahead, please,
sorry,
Jesse.
I'm sorry. For me, I feel free.
Hmm.
I feel freedom. The thing that I let go of was trying to please everyone, just and not put myself first necessarily when I need to. And it felt I was like, we can be free. I can let go of this. We don't have to keep doing this. And I'm much better than I used to be.
Yeah.
But there are still elements of that. So yeah,
And
freedom.
isn't that beautiful? And we all still carry elements because we're ever evolving, right? So, yeah, and we're probably all of us here much better than we used to be in whatever it is we're doing, right? Because you wouldn't be here if you're not on an evolutionary path, awakening path. Yeah.
I also am much better than I used to be with the same thing, being everything to everybody. And I just, and I've been aware of it lately.
Yeah.
Uh, I've been thinking about it for a while and acting slowly but surely for a while. It's tough for me though because I care about the people around me. So it's it's crazy that it's working.
Well, it's one of those paradoxes, right? Because the truth is, if we are truly taking care of ourselves and living from a place of ease, we will be more present to those around us. But the paradox makes it look like, well, I have to put them first. But when we put ourselves first, we're more present. Yeah. And it's great to be aware because awareness is the first step of any of it. Jen said, letting go of fear and worry, stressing for perfection. Yeah. Feels very expansive with easy flow. Yeah. So it's important to name it because this state of being, this availability is not an accident. but it's a practice, it's a tool, you can build a habit of activating ease. You can train yourself to live in and from this space because it is a way of living, it is a way of being. And that's what I teach in the Expansive Empowered Living, which is opening again soon. We finished a round of it recently. And if that's something that's interesting to you, it's we can chat about it, but it's not about adding more practices or fixing what's broken. It's about dissolving the struggle patterns, right? Because that's what we all carry. We all carry whatever it is we carry. It all names different, but it's all the patterns that keep pulling us out of alignment. So you can choose more consciously, more frequently to live and create from and in and as ease. So if something in you recognizes that, if your body said yes, even quietly, then it might be your next step. So if anybody's interested in that, and registration is actually opening today, how convenient is that? If you register between now and December 31st, you get a free visioning session, which is going to be on January 4th, which is going to have a price point on it. I do a lot of free things, but some of these things are paid, and that will be a paid event. But if you register, it'll come as a bonus to that. And that'll be about a spacious guided experience to clarify direction without pressure or force. We'll have a release process in there, but you don't have to decide right now. This isn't really a sales call, but just honor what moves in and through you and follow what feels true. But I'll be putting a link out if you'd like to explore more. But really, I would love to really anchor in this ease. I said this would be 30 minutes. Usually they're an hour. We're past 30 minutes now. I just thought I'd try to see if I could do a 30-minute thing. Obviously, I can't. Oh, well. But I'm also open to honoring those of you who thought it was 30 minutes and call this into completion. I'm also open to exploring this a little bit further to talk a little bit more about what you experienced and how you can really activate that from here on out. Uh, so I guess the question really is, what else is possible for you if you live from this place of activating ease? Like, let's explore. If you want to explore, we don't have to. We can be complete. All right, let's do this. I would love to hear just every one sentence from each of you. And Doriana and Jen are doing the chat. That's fine. And we will complete our time. And then if anybody wants to stick around, we can chat a little bit more. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. So you have already told us how you're feeling now, but what I think I want to ask is what can be different now that you're today and tomorrow and this week, now that you've activated ease? Kind of a big question for a closing circle, but I know you're up for it. Yeah, Mo.
Well, interestingly, I did a similar activation this morning, um, and um, and I've done over the last few months actually, very similar. And what it means for me is um, um, more joy actually,
Yeah.
more freedom, joy, and um, inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting to um, inspiration and motivation. So all of that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Doriana has to jump off. Thank you, Doriana, for coming. Thank you, Mo, because it does. It like opens you to be receptive, right? To be joy because there's less stuff holding you and open to inspiration.
I
Beautiful.
think
Thank you.
it releases energy, doesn't it? It releases, um, well, for me, it releases more, just more energy to create.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Mo. Yeah.
It's it is kind of the same. I had a hard time hearing her. It's very muffled, but I think I picked it up and it's because as were doing this, how it loosened up in me. It was funny. I started laughing because I heard the words not caring. And I meant that in a good way. I did not mean that as if you understand that.
We
And
do.
when you have and so the layers came through as not caring and it went into nothingness. And nothingness then created inspiration.
Hmm.
And then inspiration went to expansion. And so from here, I think it's similar words. It's the same thing, the access and the potential of
Beautiful.
this of the soul of
Beautiful.
it combining. Yeah.
Yeah. And what a
Thank you.
what a fun place to
Excuse
live.
me. Yes. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you, Jesse.
That was the cough. Thank you. Well, for me, I would say the sentence is that I can say no more. And it's not that I say yes to everything, but I say yes to a lot of things. So it's okay to say no and put myself first. And that frees me up for all kinds of things. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Thank you. How about you, Nancy?
I don't know that I have a sentence, but more thoughts, and that is that by this awareness that I now have, I think that it will make me more open and receptive to finding my joy within me. And I mean, I love seeing joy in my friends and family, but I also need to find joy within myself and find ways to make that come out and express itself more.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. How about you, Jen? Can you unmute?
Let's see. I've got a little bit of a cold today, so fine physically. Like if I let it go, I realize that just in the last few moments that some of my fear and worries and stress and add the cold, I've kind of been stuck, was more about the perfectionism.
Hmm.
So that's a new perspective. Um, but I can already feel it like in my body, like the tension is releasing. I am recalibrating and aligning. And when I can do that, I can also ask for help, which is a big one for me. So,
Mhm.
yes, thank
Beautiful.
you.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Well, I appreciate you all showing up here today. I appreciate your sharing. It always helps me and it helps each other to hear each other speak. And so, Pam, you got to go. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. But thank you. It's great to see you and great to meet you. All right.
Can I just apologize? I've just worked out what was wrong with my sound,
Oh, it's
and
so much better now.
There we
sorry,
go.
sorry,
Did
really
you have your
sorry.
mic? Did you have your mic in your pocket? That's what it sounded like.
Yes, yeah. I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
Well, good. So it's so much easier. There's so much more ease when we can actually hear you well, Mo. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Thank you all for being here. Stay tuned in the Elevate Collective for more free things and also the visioning. And I'll be posting the link as well. So to the Expansive Empowered Living. So, all right. Much love. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Eliza. Thank
Eliza.
you.
Filled with
Thank you.
Bye,
ease.
everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.